Hey, so my name's Rachel, and this is my first YouTube video. Okay, look, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this. I don't know if this will get even like 10 views. I've only ever posted shorts, and I have subscribers, but I have no idea if even one of them would click on this, let alone watch it. But you know what? Whatever, none of that matters. Let me just explain real quick what I'm doing here. Okay, so, I'm an artist. I draw my own original characters, or OCs for short, and I make videos of my art process. And I've been doing that last thing for about 4 years now, so I have a ton of footage. And most of it has never even been seen because I trim it all down to nothing for short form videos. But this is a long form video. And today, I'm going to show you all the footage I've got for a sketchbook spread. And I'm going to cut out, like, pauses that are too long, but otherwise, every bit of footage I have of me making progress on this sketchbook spread will be shown in its entirety. And I'm going to talk about it down here while it plays. So come along with me back to, I think like April 2021. Okay, so the first clips I've got. These were for TikToks, so I was like trying to open with an aesthetic reveal of my supplies. You know what I mean? I don't do this anymore, by the way. Just not necessary. Snap sketch reveal? Classic. Don't do that anymore either. And you would think fun editing like that would make a video do better, but it doesn't. I learned pretty quickly that if you're making a short video, you should just get right to the point. No fun allowed. Speaking of no fun, originally this was just gonna be a compilation of all this footage, like in silence or just set to some music or something. That's all it was gonna be. But I don't know, I thought I might try to make this more interesting, since we're in this for the long haul and we don't need to get right to the point anymore. Or maybe we do, but it's too late now. Okay, be right back. Hey, I just noticed that we're like 3 minutes into this, and I have not said a single word about what it is I'm actually drawing here. Probably should have talked about that right away, but it's fine, I'll just do it now. So, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I like to draw my own characters from, like, you know, random worlds or stories in my head or whatever. And in the case of this sketchbook spread, we have two classic characters of mine, Claire and Skylar. Putting them all over the screen for a second. The purple supplies were for Claire, and the black ones were for Skylar. And I'm sort of just depicting their relationship dynamic here. This was inspired by all those ship dynamic memes that really took off on Twitter a while ago. And we'll learn a bit more about this dynamic as we progress. Speaking of progressing, how about we speed things up a little bit? Also, a lot of this clip is just my hand being in the way. Hello. Finally, we moved on to another clip. The same pen is being used, though. Oh my god, wait, watch this. I mess up here. Okay, it's really not that bad, but it wasn't supposed to go like that. Looks like I moved on quickly, though. Very brave of me. Oh hey, I should point out, take a listen to the music I'm listening to in this clip. I like that clip, and not just because of the music, but because you can tell that I'm like thinking about trying to fix that line art mistake, but then I decide against it. I don't know why I took this little clip. So, an interesting backstory about these characters. Okay, it's interesting to me. Right now, in 2024, these characters are rivals on opposite sides of the story they appear in. But when I first started drawing this page, that was not the case. Back then, all of the characters from this story were all friends on the same side, and I didn't decide to change that until after I had drawn this page already. So yeah, you can sort of see on this page, like, the dynamic here is a bit more playful. Okay, yeah, playful. That's the word you use when you describe someone evidently being choked. But it's okay, because Skylar's not actually being choked, she's just being throttled a little bit, because you can see she's laughing. She's breathing. Okay, this interaction here is a better example of what I was talking about. These days, Claire would not pinch Skylar's cheek in this manner. She's more likely Bleh. She's more likely to do it with a little bit of aggression. Hey, why is this line art so good? Why can't I do this anymore? What happened? Okay, another snap. Not my best, because I go from no sleeves to a sleeve. But no one cares, so it's fine. Just wanted to establish that I colored in the skin without recording any of that process. Okay, so we made it to some color finally. I know for anyone who's still watching, it's only been about 5 minutes. But for me, on the editing side of things, I think I've aged at least 10 years. Anyway, here's me coloring Skylar's hair, which you can't even really see that well. I was definitely still learning the ropes of making video content, and it shows. I'm not gonna do any editing on like the clips themselves to improve the image at all, mostly because I don't want to, but also because it's more authentic this way. I'm being real. And I say that while applying an effect to this voiceover to pitch up my voice slightly, but we don't have to talk about that. Speaking of voiceover, break time. Okay, I'm back. Real quick. I turn on my desk lamp at the end of this clip for some reason. It's kind of fascinating to rewatch these old videos and examine my behavior. It's like a time capsule. But okay, we moved on. Let's go. And it's another clip of me coloring Skylar's hair, and then you can't really see it. So I'm using a brush pen here to shade the hair, and I could have done that with a darker Copic marker, but I didn't. And that's because part of this whole project was getting use out of as many supplies as I could. Every supply that I collected in those jars got used. Too bad you can't see me using this one. You know, I had this whole bit planned here where I would edit this clip to see if I could get the shading to be more visible, but then I realized I don't want to learn how to do that right now. Maybe later. Let's jump to the next clip. I'll just speed up this last part, which is like nothing. Okay, so in this one, I'm using a Crayola Super Tip, which are markers that work better than you might think. And I discovered here that I can use a Super Tip to create like a fuzzy texture, or at least that's what I've convinced myself it looks like. I don't really have anything else to say about this one, so let's skip ahead. Maybe from now on, I won't say anything when I decide to skip ahead. Like, I'll just do it, like, you know, keep things moving. I know this video is probably gonna be long, but it doesn't need to be that long, you know what I mean? Anyway. So, a lot of the clips in this video have been used at some point in the form of TikToks or Instagram Reels, but this one, I don't think it's ever been used, and for good reason. It's just not good. But I've kept it, so here it is. Okay, can I just say, I cannot believe how much I've actually recorded for this sketchbook spread. This might be one of the longest videos I ever make because of that. The way I've been recording like entire line art and coloring bits, I literally don't do that anymore. Now I just record a couple of satisfying ink strokes and call it there. Because actually, believe it or not, recording myself color is really annoying. Oh my god, wait, remember when I messed up that line art bit a while ago? Well, here you can see that I decided to fix it. I just turned it into an extra section of hair. Zoom in, enhance. Let's finish this one up. Okay, so here's another clip that I think mostly went unused, because again, it's nothing. I wanted to get at least one clip for each section, but I was so irritated with the recording aspect at this point that I just took the most bare minimum footage. Okay, so this next clip. I can't not talk about what's happening in this one. And things have been pretty PG, family-friendly, and up to this point. So heads up, we're about to get kind of inappropriate. So here I am, coloring over some Copic ink with a colored pencil. Nothing crazy, except when you can hear the background sound. I guess I was listening to the Game Grumps reading Sonic the Hedgehog fanfiction, but not just any fanfiction. You know, the adult kind. Okay, here, I'll play one little bit of it because I just think it's so funny. Ready?
Down on her knees and off Sonic.
I like that I don't even laugh or indicate at all that I'm listening. I must have really been in the zone. You know, I really wish I had thought to not have any background sound. Like, I wish I had the foresight to turn off copyrighted music or Sonic erotica. Not to mention that I've missed out on 1 million opportunities for some really nice ASMR. And I haven't learned anything, like I still don't turn off any background noise. And you can always hear my box fan too. But I know there's a couple clips that don't have anything playing in the background, so how about we make our way to one of those now? Okay, so there's nothing playing in the background of this one, except I think my box fan, like I said. Also, I think you can hear my washing machine too. So yeah, we just got some nice ambient noise for this one. There's some pretty decent marker sounds in this clip, but we got one coming up that's like way better than this one, so how about we just, go to that one. We're going really fast this time though. Ready? Go! Wait, shit, this isn't it. Hold on. Okay. We're back. So, what were we doing? Marker sounds. Yeah, let me just find a good one real quick. Okay, I'm gonna play like 10 more seconds of these marker sounds and then we're gonna move on. Hey, so I thought I'd just let the marker sounds keep playing in the background. Why not? There's no copyrighted music or fanfic reading, so it's fair game. Ah! This clip is sort of like a metaphor for how this video has turned out. I can just tell by how I'm coloring that I realized too late that I have no idea how this pen works, but I just keep on going. Okay, so here's another shitty clip. I just used these cheap pens. I filled in the I just filled in the pupils and moved on. Next. Ooh, oh my god, finally. Here's a clip where I color with a Copic and you can actually see it. Yeah, it's very satisfying. We love it. We love watching it. It's great. Okay, we're so close to being done with this page. Okay, we're going now. And we did it. We finished the first page. If you've stuck with me this far, thank you so much. We're not done yet. Though, you know what? We probably should be. I should probably divide this into 2 videos, like part 1, part 2. But nah, we made it this far. Let's just keep going. Here's some more, supply reveal type clips. Tried a couple of these. By the way, those mugs are graduation gifts. They say class of 2017 on them. Yeah, I went to art school. Okay, why did I do this 4 times? It was the exact same every time. I was really going the extra mile for 200 views on TikTok. Okay, the lighting in this entire next section, bad. Bad lighting. I screwed it up. I guess it's not bad, because you can see what I'm doing. It's just yellow, and I don't like it when it looks yellow. Oh, right here, there's another little, slip up. It's not as bad as the other one, but I'm trying to do these little hairlines without needing to rotate the sketchbook, which would have prevented this slip up. It's a really small one, but I can just tell by how it looks and how my hand, reacts after the fact that it was not supposed to end up like that. Okay, so we've been on this page for a minute. Maybe I should address the, nature of some of these interactions on this page. What can I say? It's just a classic rivalry. The kind that's, loaded with romantic tension. Lots of people are really into that these days. I mean, come on, they're pointing their weapons at each other, they're dancing at what appears to be a masquerade ball. That's first and second base. And speaking of the masquerade ball, all 3 of these sketchbook spreads have a section for this, mostly because I wanted to draw the outfits I had in mind. I like to play with my characters like dolls, and I think every OC artist or writer should do that. Just throw those OCs into a situation and put them in some funny clothes. There's my words of wisdom for the day. Oh, by the way, I start listening to Sonic fanfic again, so before we take our next break, let's have a listen.
Peach Sonic to the fullest.
Okay, that's enough of that. I told my parents I was making a YouTube video, and they asked if they could watch it when it was done. Oh my god, okay, I said we're gonna take a break, but I didn't think we'd catch up to this so fast, so hold on, let's talk about it. Okay, so I've watched these clips a couple times, and I think what happened was I was trying to do another snap thing, but I started coloring in the skin before realizing I had not recorded any pre-snaps, like snaps over the uncolored lines. So I guess I tried to just have it so the pre-snap included some skin already colored, and then the post-snap would fill the rest of it in. Well, then I tried this other thing where I, like, wipe the supplies away. Okay, this is just getting stupid. I'm done. It's break time. Hi. So, how about I talk about the outfits my characters are wearing? I recorded audio for this bit a while ago, and I was just unable to use it because I chose to talk about other stupider shit. Anyway. Outfits. I don't need to get too into it, not just because of potential spoilers for a comic that doesn't exist, but also because I change things about the story, like, every 30 to 40 minutes. But anyway, in the story that these characters appear in, they get into a lot of different situations and wear a lot of funny little outfits. The outfits they're wearing right now, though, are like, let's call them their default hero looks. Though Skylar would want hers to be called a villain look. Actually, you know what? I'm just noticing that Claire's outfit is her old one. She doesn't look like this anymore. Her default hero look is, better. At least I think so. Also, I think I recorded this entire sword coloring process. Oh, her sword is supposed to be like a moth antenna, because she's like moth-themed. And she made that sword herself because she has like metal powers. All my characters have powers, by the way. Don't worry about it. Let's finish the sword. I like this next one because I can tell that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna, color the moth wings like I colored the sword and record the whole thing, and then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that, actually. Okay, so I've reached a point where I don't have a whole lot to say, so I'm just gonna vent just for a second. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this video was not planned out very well. I mean, I tried to plan it, like I wrote a script and everything, but I'm still new at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I couldn't hardly follow the script at all. I really underestimated how long it takes me to say things. So I had to write new stuff, I had to make things up on the fly, I had to cut most of the script. I didn't have time to say it, or I had too much time, and I didn't know how to, accommodate that time. Okay, you know what though, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I've learned a lot, and even if this video was a flop, which I expect it to be, I'm glad that I took the time to make it. I've got all the footage for this sketchbook spread together in one place now, and I learned a new skill. Also, even though I've been making videos for like 4 years, I've never shared my voice before, so this is a first for me. And I guess I still haven't shared my voice before because I'm editing this one, but like I said, don't need to talk about it. So there's a possibility that I'm just throwing all of this ranting into the wind, never to be heard by anyone, but that's okay. I stepped out of my comfort zone for once, and that's cool. Okay, you know what? I should be saving this kind of talk for the end of the video, so that's enough venting. If you can even call it that, I'm not quite sure what that was. So here you can see the bottom of my pencil pouch. When I record up close like this, I just stick my phone into my pencil pouch to like hold it in place. I'll try to get a visual of that on the screen. Even though I have, like, 2 tripods, I still always come back to just doing the pencil pouch thing. This next one is zoomed in because, obviously, I noticed the pencil pouch, so I made a point to avoid it this time. Okay, this next one doesn't have anything playing in the background besides my box fan, so we can hear some nice marker sounds again. At least I think they're nice. I know that for some people, this is like nails on a chalkboard, so sorry if that's you. Let's see what we have here. There's something funny coming up in this one, so we'll do some more marker sounds and then we'll get to it. Okay, we're here. Listen to the little sound I make when this happens. Okay, let's unpack this. I made that sound because it looks like I accidentally color outside the line there. But it doesn't matter because it went over, but I'm just gonna color right over it. Because it's still inside her hair. I didn't actually go outside the lines. So why did I react like that? I didn't mess up. There wasn't a problem. Okay, even though I like these sounds, I don't like them that much. I'm getting sick of them, turning them off. Anyway, on a semi-related note, after watching this clip back, it's clear to me that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how that marker works. Still don't, probably. Though, at the end, I try to even out the sections by coloring over the whole thing again, which sort of worked. We love learning. Oh, grabbed the wrong pen there. That's better. Okay, at this point, I can tell by both the drawing and the coloring that I've just about had it. I want this to be done, and I'm getting impatient. And that applies to me in this video footage, and me right now. There's only 3 coloring clips left, so I'm just gonna run through them. Woohoo! We got it! We finished all the coloring! Man, that took forever. At least for me it did. Both in the context of this video and back when I did this sketchbook in 2021. Oh, but we're not done yet. Still have to add all the little details. But not before I do a bunch of these supply reveal clips again. These are so annoying. Oh wait, I only did 1. Never mind. Okay, first, starting off by adding some extra line art. I used all black lines on the left page, but on the right page I used brown and gray pen for the lines, which kinda got consumed by the colors. So yeah, we need to bring those back out. You know, talking about this now made me realize that I haven't talked hardly at all about, like, my techniques or anything like that. I kinda thought the footage would speak for itself, like you could just watch my technique, but maybe not if I'm speeding it up by 500%. So, taking note for future reference, I should talk about that stuff more. Instead of going through my process or detailing my techniques, I just talked about stupid shit that doesn't matter. Oh well, plenty of YouTubers talk about stupid shit that doesn't matter. What's one more? And that's the entire point of this video anyway. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. And if that means I have to talk about a bunch of stupid shit that doesn't matter, so be it. Speaking of shit that doesn't matter, let's move this along. Here I'm using my trusty white gel pen, which is great for shine details, such as this sword or eye highlights, which is mostly what I use it for. I like using this pen, but I never wait long enough for it to dry, and I always suffer the consequences. Oh, that gives me an idea. So of course I'm going to show the final footage I got of the sketchbook spread back when I finished it. But how about I take new footage of what it looks like now, 3 years later? I think we'll see some of those consequences. And that'll be for the end of the video, by the way. I'm glad I thought of that, because I realized that it's kind of an obvious thing to do, to show what it looks like now. So yeah, that's good. Ooh, here's something new. I'm writing. Just writing in some little info. Riveting stuff. Okay, so the names. I wrote these on note cards. I was not about to do them directly on the sketchbook, because I would have messed up, for sure. Oh, I had more to say about those calligraphy style names, but it looks like we're out of time. I have another spread where I have a bit more footage of the calligraphy part, so assuming I continue to make videos, I'll talk more about it in that one. Okay, listen, things have been going on for too long. I want to wrap this up, so I'm gonna fast forward over all the writing. If you want, you can pause and attempt to read it, but it's kinda lame and outdated. Oh, I can talk about this writing though. It's just writing the little laughs, the ha-has. So here's something I wanted to talk about last time. Well, more like the first time we were on this little interaction. Back when I first drew this out, I remember being like concerned that when I posted this, people would point this out and say that it was like toxic or something. Overthinking and being delusional 101. But nobody ever said a single thing about any of these interactions. Except once, I got one comment. This one. So that was cool. So here's a fun thing I do sometimes in my videos. Washi tape removal. I put down the tape, use an X-Acto knife to cut out the shape I want to remove and then just pull it off. Assuming I've cut well enough. This is not easy, I mess it up really bad sometimes. In this one, I'm being so careful. Would have been a lot easier if I wasn't recording. In this one, I struggle for a second, but then I get a good tape rip in. But my f***ing pencil pouch is in the frame again! Oh my god. And again, it's taking up almost half the frame here. I must have just given up. Okay, listen, we have 3 more clips left. It's all just writing anyway, so who gives a shit? Let's just go! We're going through them! Go! Oh my god, we're done. We're finally finished. Almost. I need to go record some footage of how these pages look now. Like I said I would. I'm gonna go do it. I'll do it. So, I tried to do this footage, like, on the spot. Like, record and talk at the same time. Didn't work. Shit, I can't do this. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Taking the footage and then doing the voiceover afterwards. Because that's worked out great, hasn't it? So, it's not as withered as I thought it would be. I have a sketchbook of this same brand, which is Moleskine, from 2011. And the pages are so yellow. They're like ancient manuscripts. So yeah, I should scan this. Or take a proper picture of it. Because it's probably gonna get yellow. Anyway, upon closer inspection, we can see here those, consequences that I mentioned before. The ones that happen when you don't wait for a gel pen to dry. When I closed the sketchbook, the white ink... Oh, yeah, all this shit bleeds through the back. The white ink on her suit and on the sword was not dry, so it just stamped onto the other page. That doesn't bother me as much as these, like, dirty edges, though. You see that? I guess this is, like, transferred ink from the other side. Also, look, it looks like Skylar has a little antenna coming out of her head. I don't know what that's about. Don't know how that happened. And, that's it. You know what I should do now? I should end the video. Just say, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and cut to black. But no, I want to say a few more things. Okay, so a couple observations about my first video. Number 1, time. Wasted too much of it. Acted like I had no control over it, when I just really didn't want to go back and, like, fix anything. Number 2, my characters. Did not talk about them hardly at all, possibly out of fear or embarrassment. Claire and Skylar, despite being the main characters of this sketchbook spread, really took a back seat just so I could, like, talk about stupid shit for 20 minutes. Number 3, my process. Already mentioned this, but, like, I did not talk about techniques or anything. There were several opportunities when I could have gone into tutorial mode or something, and I missed all of them. Number 4, my supplies. I mentioned my opinions of oh my god. I mentioned my opinions of certain supplies here and there, but I think I could have gone into more, like, review territory at some points. And I didn't. Number 5, the on-screen white text as additional commentary. I relied on it too much when I just forgot to include something in the voiceover or, like, thought of it later. I feel like reading the white text is an integral part to the experience of this video. Like, if you're not reading the white text, you're only getting half the story. And that's not good. And, I think that's it. I just wanted to, list some things that maybe I could do better next time. Assuming there is a next time. So let's say I continue to make videos of this nature. And, I have a lot of content, like, lined up for that. I have a lot of sketchbook pages. But this video in particular has me worried that the other ones won't be on the same level as this one. Strictly in terms of humor and stuff to say about it. This was a big one. So what I'm saying is, my point is that I hope this isn't the standard. Like, I hope I can make I hope I can make videos better than this one. So, to anyone out there who has watched all the way to this closing statement, thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. I really mean that, like, you don't understand. I can't remember the last time I worked this hard on something, let alone do something this scary. YouTube is very scary to me. And at the time of posting this, I have almost 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much. And I have no idea how many of you are going to even hear this, if any of you even clicked on the thumbnail. But if you did, subscribed or not, I really don't know how to thank you. All I can really do for you is maybe make some more of these videos, so I hope you'll be back for the next one, assuming another video gets made. So, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and if you're so inclined, hit that like button or whatever. It doesn't matter. It would mean the world to me, though. It really would. And with that, I guess I'm out of here. See you next time. Who knows when that'll be. Bye.